All right, welcome back everybody to the MF Frick League. We got a bit of a different stream for this one, so we're gonna be doing a rerun of one of the game series that accidentally got skipped over just due to some casting conflicts and just a fuck up of schedule. We were supposed to have four series today, but unfortunately we were only able to officially show two of them. So we apologize for that. Shit happens. Can't deal with everything, but thankfully we're gonna be here for the recast at least. So we'll be jumping into this. So this is, like I said, gonna be the recast of the first game of BOMBOGYATT versus Grubby Gladiators. No need to recast. The what's it called? Exodia versus Boston Tea Party had to be rescheduled because just people weren't available. They were missing like three people. So yeah, we're gonna be, and since we were out on a time constraint because one of our players had to leave, we were just gonna start it while the second game of y'all's game earlier, I believe, unwise behavior and illegal activities was like just starting game two. Yeah, but yeah, I'm just gonna restream the game, so try and do it as best as I can, and I'll try and be unbiased because even though it was my game, I'll try and like keep it as professional as I can. So, jumping into this, we had Grubby Gladiators decided to go with blue side for game one. For their three bans, I believe this is just me trying to recall what it was. They started off with a Yone ban. We responded with a Jin ban on the red side. They responded right back with, I believe, was Zeri. I believe Zeri. We responded with an Urgot ban. And the final ban for them was, I think it was Melio. And then for our last ban, we went with the Caitlyn, so. For their B1, they decided to go for the Amumu. It's a pretty good flex support. Melio was okay. Volibear was instead was Volibear on 3 instead of Melio was later on in the draft. So they opened up with the Amumu. So Amumu is pretty good. It's a jungle / support flex. It just kind of allows them to keep some flexibility while also giving them engage. In doing so, we are able to grab the Skarner on red side. So we grab Skarner, and we respond with, I believe, the Karma. Was it Karma? It was either Ezreal or Karma. But it was one of these two. We respond Ezreal, and in doing so, when we grab Ezreal, they decide to snatch up Lucian Nami. So Lucian Nami, no, they didn't go Lucian Nami. What am I talking about? They went for Samira instead. They respond Samira. Okay. Yes, like I said, sorry. It's a little scuffed. This is my first time doing it this way, so it's a little unorganized. They respond, I believe they went with either Lilia or Xerath. Do you remember, Hardy? Was it Lilia on 3 or was it Xerath on 3? Okay, yeah, you guys did. Okay, they did Lilia, Xerath, and Mumu 1, 2, 3. I remember that. Okay, now I do. Oh, Xerath's not even in the mid tab. Okay, and yeah, we ended up grabbing Ezreal on 3. So in doing so, with the Gone, we target more of the 80 carry champ pool. We respond with an Ashe pick, or an Ashe ban. So we're targeting more of Tai Tai's champ pool. And then with the top laner potentially up in the air, they did respond with a Camille and a Volibear ban. Or no, Melio ban. what am I talking about? Melee or Volibear is already banned out. And with the last pick, we ban out the Lucian, so denying the Lucian Nami. Here we see mid lane, and we respond with an Ahri pick. And for the final two picks, they go for Samira. So they have the Samira Amumu combo in the bot lane, and the final pick will be Malphite. With the Malphite locked in, we lock in Silas. So is my best recollection. Might be a little bit other misplaces, you know, not picked here or there, but this is the final draft. These are the 5 bans for each team. This is BOMBOGYATT. This is Grubby Gladiators. These are the 5 champs that they play, and these are the 5 champs that we played for Game 1. Now, unfortunately, since this is a rebroadcast, I will not be able to throw up a Gamba. That is one of the downsides, unfortunately. Just because, you know, some people will already know the outcome of the game, so... Fortunately, there isn't going to be any, so we'll just get to watch how it went.
Minions have spawned.
Alright, so standard bot side clear for both junglers, both bot lanes leashing, nothing too much in the early game. Looking at both these team comps, the bot lane for Grubby Gladiators is definitely an aggressive one. They have the Samira Amumu, so they are going to want to wait until their power spikes, probably like around level 3 before they can look for anything, just because of how well Ezreal Karma does in shoving. But they do have to be careful because Ezreal Karma is very squishy. The bot lane of Grubby Gladiator is going to hit level 2 here, going to immediately go in onto the Karma here. Second bandage toss going to drag him under turret, unfortunately. And unfortunately, the Amumu is going to fall here. The heal, exhaust, and flash going to be burnt on the side of BOMBOGYATT. Samir going to go back in, try and get a nice trade onto the Karma here. Flash going to be used by P-Rob, but they will not be able to find the Mystic Shot. So the Samira will be able to live, but first blood going to be going over to BOMBOGYATT here in the bot lane. Like I said, the bot lane for Samira and Amumu really wants to just play a little passive in the early game. Want to wait till they get to their spikes, probably level 6. Probably once you get level 6 and like Collector Pickaxe, you can definitely look for some all-ins because of how much damage you have if you're able to find anything onto someone. Quick trade here for the Skarner here in the top lane, getting some nice chunk damage. Skarner is very oppressive right now, especially into other tanks. He just has so much damage. It's very hard for him to match them. Very few tanks can. So somehow Skarner is a tank shredder. Lilia looking for something here in the top lane, but it is warded out. So nothing going to come of it. Ooh, nice trade by Hardy here in the mid lane. Going to find the stun onto the Ahri, but nothing else going to be out of that. Johnny doing a quick trade onto the Lilia here, and Lilia will be able to secure the Rift Herald, or the Rift Herald, the Scuttle Crab at least. So I'm going to be able to get that advantage over the jungle of BOMBOGYATT. I pick on my way ping here for Johnny here in the mid lane. Has to be careful though because he is on a ward. Nothing else going to come out of it. Looks like they want to try and get a reset though for Hardy because he is out of a lot of mana. So bot lane, a BOMBOGYATT going to move up though, so we'll at least be able to secure the Rift Herald. Or not the Rift Herald, the Scuttle Crab. Why do I keep calling it Rift Herald? The Scuttle Crab for the bot side, so not going to lose any out on anything there. They were missing 3 people. Like 90%, like over I think half their team was missing. And that is not fine. At that point, that's not even like the team playing. If the majority of the team isn't playing, then you're not technically playing a match. I think anything more than 3 subs is just the game gets canceled and try to reschedule or forfeited if they can't find a time to agree on to reschedule. Nice trade here for the Karma in the bot lane. Just going to get some poke damage onto the Samira. No. No points can be allotted back. Johnny going to start up the Void Grubs here in the top lane. Just looks like we got some posturing around. Skarner does have first movement and is level 6. Both mid laners are level 6 as well. The junglers are both level 5, but it looks like the side of Grubby Gladiators doesn't want to contest these. They feel that we are stronger. We have a more kill pressure. Ultimate going to be used by the Ahri here in the mid lane. Just get some nice chunk damage onto the Xerath. Going to be spotted on that ward, so won't be able to find any gank there. Ahri has to be careful, gets charmed and stunned under turret, and is going to be forced to flash. And it's going to be a solo kill going over to Hardy here for the mid lane. So it's like Eve just got a little bit too hypey there. Unfortunately, got stunned under turret, and that will be the first kill for Grubby Gladiators going over there for a solo kill in the mid lane. Johnny looking for something here. Going to find the stun onto the Samira. But would you look at that? The cleanse saved her life. Ghost wouldn't have been able to do that. Ultimate going to be used by the Skarner here in the top lane. Ghost as well going to try and drag the Malphite out, but the Malphite will just respond with his ultimate to jump to safety, so nothing going to be found there. Potential dive here in the bot lane. They do have to be careful here. Johnny is looking for something. Going to get sped up by Lexi here and going to flash onto Tai, who did not respond with his own flash. Going to get a kill. Trying to get a return kill back onto Lexi, who's getting quite low. Going to be forced to use the heal here as well as the shield to keep her alive. But all in all, it's going to be a 1-for-1. Flash going to be used in response to the Xerath ultimate. Unfortunately, just outside of the range just a little bit, so Johnny will be able to escape. He's more so going cleanse because he's Samira. Samira's almost always take cleanse because CC is just her death. So she gets hit by any CC. Especially later on when you have to deal with my CC, my cleanse, or my E. Johnny can steal a Mumu ult. Like... Ultimate going to be used by the Ezreal here to scout out the Dragon Pit. They do know it's started, but I don't believe they will look to contest it. Is able to get it quite low. Amumu going to be stolen by the Silas here if they want to look for anything. But doesn't look like anything. Purub is losing minions to their turret, so don't want to look for any advances. Skarner getting some decent chunk damage here in the top lane. Alright, now here at 10 minutes, we do have a 3k gold lead. Now, it is primarily just in the bot lane with a double kill. It's up 1200 gold, but it's also in the top and the mid lane. Nice hook bandage toss by the Amumu here in the bot lane. Going to find the nice hook onto the Ezreal. Tai responding with the ultimate, and will be a double kill going over to the Grubby Gladiators bot lane here. So, unfortunately, like I said, the Amumu and the Samira just want to wait till they hit level 6 and then look for the all-in. Really well done. Lilia looking for a top side here. Just going to scout out the warded brush. Clear that up. Skarner's going to take a reset and grab the Sunfire and base. Now we do have the grubs spawning here, so the Lilia will look to start it, and without TP, the Skarner will not be able to make it here if they want to contest it. Eve going to move up here. Going to find a nice charm onto Hardy here. Stun going to be dodged and might be able to find a kill here potentially. Void Grubs are being started. We got two fights going on. Eve jumping onto Hardy trying to find it. At the same time, Johnny is being jumped on here. Kill will be able to go over for the Ahri onto the Xerath. One of the Void Grubs was picked up by Johnny, but two will be secured by the Grubby Gladiators. And all in all, it's going to be a 2-for-1 in favor of the BOMBOGYATT. Now this bot lane, now that they have the Collector on the Smear, they definitely want to look to be playing a lot more aggressive. They are at a very strong item spike, and they need to start snowballing their lead because the rest of the map does appear to be struggling some. Let's see. Potential gank here in the top lane. Really going to try and find a snowball, but this top turret is just getting berated by the Skarner. Got a potential gank here in the mid lane. Johnny jumping in onto Hardy. Nice charm by Eve to get the kill secured onto Hardy, who does not have flash, so nice timing for the Silas here. Top lane going to be secured by Skarner here at 12 minutes. Lilia is looking for another gank. Skarner's trying to drive away using the E through the wall. Ultimate going to be used by Feoria here on the Lilia. They are trying to buy some time. TP going to come out of the Ahri here to try and save the top laner. And yeah, TP will come out and it will save their life. Nice bandage toss by Colby here. Going to use the ultimate on to P-Rob. Going to be forced to flash, heal, and exhaust. So a lot of sums used, but unfortunately the jungler for BOMBOGYATT is here in the bot lane. TP is going to be used by the Skarner here. He's going to come in, going to use the ultimate to drag the Amumu away. And unfortunately, the bot lane of Grubby Gladiators just got responded onto. So even though they found a good angle, wasn't able to find any kills, and the jungle on top of BOMBOGYATT responded back here, and we'll be able to get the double kill. Bot turret going to be picked up here for the side of BOMBOGYATT. Top lane already down. Mid lane is on its last leg, so they might be able to drop that as well before 15 minutes. Area trying to buy some time here in the mid lane, just trying to stop them from getting the mid turret before the 14-minute mark, at least try and deny some plates. Johnny going to go forward and going to steal the Amumu ult. The Skarner down here. I believe they don't want to contest this. They're probably going to have to give it with the Skarner being on 2 items. They're still waiting on some item components. Eve just trying to go forward a little bit too much. It's going to be the second solo kill for Hardy here. Just being a bit too much limit testing in the mid lane. Oh, but the Ezreal will be able to find the snipe with the ultimate. I completely forgot about that. Finally gonna drop the mid turret here, so I was in the shop. Yeah, I believe it. That's definitely unfortunate. P-Rob just being a little bully on you. Yeah, at least you weren't on vision, so it's not like you were just basing on a ward and he just saw you. See, Johnny gonna potentially spot out the Lilia here. Has the ultimate from the Amumu. And that's a dead Lilia. This is a Lichbane Swerk Boots Silas. At the same time, we got a quick fight down here in the bot lane. Looks like the Ahri just got caught out as she was trying to move over. Nice bandage toss by Colby. Gonna try and flash out. Gonna get the second bandage toss as well, and using the collector ultimate, Samira will be able to pick up the kill here. Yeah, Hardy got 2 solo kills this game. That's all that matters. Rift Herald going to be started here for BOMBOGYATT, and I don't believe there is going to be any response with the bot lane. Down there taking the tier 1 bot lane. Man, that karma damage is nasty. Let's see, you got 3 minutes until the next dragon. Rift Herald secured for them, so they're probably going to look to try and siege one of the outer turrets or try and siege the mid turret with that Rift Herald. Try and open up the map potentially. See, looking at gold, we are pretty much even, surprisingly, despite P-Rob being worth a 150 gold bounty. He's actually down 100 gold to the Samira here. 700 gold difference on the side of the supports. About a 1500 gold lead for the top lane. 1350 for the jungle, and in the mid lane it is a 1300 gold lead. So all in all, about a 5 to 6k gold lead here at 17 minutes. Ooh, nice sleepy, or whatever the fuck it's called, swirl seed. Going to be found onto the Ahri here. He's going to try and use her ultimate to get away, but the flash going to come out of the Lilia. And unfortunately, the Ahri just getting caught out once again. Just didn't expect anybody to be there, so Skarner has to be careful here. He is underneath the tier 2 top. Malphite ultimate going to be stolen by the Silas here. Ultimate going to be used by the Skarner here to try and buy some time, try and drag the Malphite away. Johnny is underneath the turret. Skarner's going to go through the wall and actually drag the Malphite back into his team. I'm going to be able to get the kill secured. Rift Herald going to be summoned. Johnny? 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 Alright, we got some drunk drivers out here on the Rift. Man, I could go back and rewind it. Well, let's actually go back and rewind it. Let's watch Johnny's amazing driving skills. He's gonna enjoy that. But no, the reason he did that is because there were 2 people under turret, and we didn't want to potentially give over his bounty, so that's the reason he ended up crashing it. But so it was calculated, but it wasn't calculated that we would summon the Rift Herald there. Here I'm going to be Eing forward underneath the turret. Could have potentially went bad there, but nothing going to be found. True Shot Barrage going to be used here to try and clear the way, but this mirror will just wind wall it. Amumu potentially looking for something without any follow-up CC, though. Won't be able to find something. The last Mystic Shot will be able to connect onto the Amumu here. He's going to burn out to the Mantra Q underneath him. So 1 kill will be going over to the side of BOMBOGYATT here. With Dragon spawning in 27 seconds. We'll look to just set up this team fight here. Though with how far behind Grubby Gladiators are, I don't expect any fight to come out here. Skarner just being a nuisance as usual. W shield spamming as well as the Fimbulwinter. He is annoying as hell. Are you going to find a nice flank here onto the Xerath here, trying to get the kill secured. Ultimate going to be used by the Skarner here. Going to find a nice 2-man knockup is the Malphite ultimate. Samira is going in here trying to find enough damage, but just too much damage in response. Oh, Q going to be thrown to find the kill onto the Amumu here as a Skarner. Eing forward will be Purob, and it's going to be a 3-for-5 team fight in favor of BOMBOGYATT. So really nice engage by the Amumu and the Malphite, but the Samira just doesn't have enough damage at this point of the game. Unfortunately, just the rest of the team is too far behind, so there wasn't enough follow-up damage. But started off really strong for a nice flank by Eve there. Found the Xerath caught out, unfortunately. He got taken out early on into the team fight. And the Samira was just a little bit too far out, so wasn't able to use the Malphite and Amumu's engage as efficiently as they wanted to. It's going to be second Dragon going over to BOMBOGYATT here. And now, a few minutes later, it was just like a 6k gold lead. It's now up to a 9k gold lead. Or an 8k gold lead, so the gold graph is slowly widening for BOMBOGYATT. Sorry, I was eating the rest of my food that I had earlier. Yeah, we got some posturing here on the top side of the map. Lilia is just trying to clear out her camps, but looks like red side is moving in here. Going to find a quick route onto the Lilia potentially. Going to force the flash out here. Ari going to use the ult follow-up. Going to go in onto Hardy here with the final ult charge. Going to miss the... Damn, that was a wide charm. Same time, Tai just getting ran down by the Skarner here, unfortunately, in the mid lane. And yeah, that's a 3-item Skarner at level 14. It's a rough time for the Samir here in this game. Just a lot of follow-up CC. Ultimate gonna be used by Hardy here to at least scout out the Baron Pit, and we'll find a quick kill onto Eve. In fact, let's rewind that. Ari getting low. Is on vision. Oh, would you look at that? Bonk! And she did. But the Baron will be secured for BOMBOGYATT here, so at least 1 kill will go in return. A quick shutdown, so tiny little bit of gold lead. A really good ultimate by Hardy was standing on vision, so it did notice when she was low enough to be ulted. I didn't die this game, so I don't have any deaths for me to be shown. And plus it's funny. I already know she gonna cuss me out. When did I die? I played what? I played Fjord. Did I die last game? I don't think I died last game either. I think I... Oh. I didn't say that. You didn't hear that. Lilia getting caught out here potentially in the bot lane. Johnny trying to chase him down. But the ultimate going to be used by Feoria to at least run away here. Oh, P-Rob almost found the snipe, but just not enough damage. I think it went through the... I think it went through the jungle camp, so it lost some of its damage here. Bot lane for Grubby Gladiators trying to bush camp here, but Hardy is just getting poked down hard. This is a 3-item Ezreal. 1 EWQ did 70% of Hardy's health. Rough time. With that, they are going to lose the mid turret as well as potentially lose the bot turret here. Ooh, Colby Cakes has to be careful. Might potentially get caught out here, but Johnny doesn't want to go for anything. Malphite ult going to be stolen by Johnny here, and here's where the nice part of having Silas in the game comes from. Ultimate going to be used by Johnny here to potentially look for a quick solo kill. Flashing under turret, going to miss the E. Oof. Rough. But we'll be at least able to get 1 kill traded. Ultimate going to be used by the Skarner or Xerath here in the top lane to try and get a quick kill onto the Ahri, who's going to respond with her ultimate. Not a bad trade because of how short of a cooldown Ahri's ultimate is, so it's a fine trade for the Ahri. We got Soul Point going to be spawning here in 15 seconds for BOMBOGYATT. Probably going to be going over to them because I don't believe that Grubby Gladiators really wants to fight this fight. Ronus isn't a fan of this stream. He passed the fuck out. He's gonna pass out anyway. And plus, like, why is he saying that, bro? Nobody's a fan of watching Diubermenschen play. Puts everyone else to sleep when we have to watch them play. Ultimate gonna be stolen by Johnny here is the Amumu, but potentially looking for something. Tai might get rooted, but just gonna be able to walk away from it. Some quick noodle fight here down in the bot lane. Ooh, nice engage by the Amumu here. Going to find a nice 3-man stun, but Johnny going to try and return back in. Ooh, Tai going in with a huge connection on the Samira here. Oh, let's get a run back of that fight. So it starts off with Colby Cakes here. Posturing around, potentially looking for something. Might have the Ezreal called out here off the Swirl Seed. Going to go in instantly. Going to find a nice 2-man knockup under the back line of BOMBOGYATT here. Johnny tries to respond back, but gets burnt down because of the ultimate from the Samira here. Nice 2-man slide there from Tai. That's going to be 3 kills going over. Just a nice engage by Colby there. Trying to run down the Skarner here, but just going to use the E to get away. Yeah, really good Q from the Amumu there. Skarner probably going to try and protect this tier 1 mid, but probably going to have to give it up. Trying to clear out the wave here. Ultimate going to be using it. Find a nice 2-man ultimate onto the Lilia and the Samira here, but the Malphite is now tanking the turret. Great E buys Hardy here to find the stun onto the Skarner. That's going to be another shutdown going over to Tai Tai. So huge gold graph swing. He's now up 2k gold over the Ezreal here, and that could be a bit of a problem. Replay your death? I don't know what you're talking about. All right, let's rewatch. Oh, try and move. What's going on? Ultimate gonna be used. Bop, 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 bop. And dead. There you happy? Hey, at least mine was a noble death. All right, I was trying to protect a turret. Yeah, the really big gold swing here. Tai Tai currently sitting on 3k gold, so gonna just instantly buy the Spirit Visage. So trying to get some extra healing. I don't know if that's the move. I get that they have a lot of magic damage on between the Karma, Ari, and Silas, but I feel like he just needs to be the damage source. Like if he goes BT here, that's like 85-ish AD at this point of the game. That's a lot of bonus AD that could help with the Collector and LD already purchased, so. Trying to find a potential trap play here onto the Lilia. You're yapping a lot when we could have... She's not even playing Ari, bro. Bro's just yapping to yap. Baron gonna be secured by BOMBOGYATT here. Just gonna take it as soon as it spawns. Doesn't look like there's anything. Skarner potentially looking for a quick gank here. Gonna find the Samira out of position and just gonna force out the flash. So won't have that flash for the next dragon, and that could be a big difference maker in this upcoming team fight. He's awake. True. She did it on purpose. Alright, got some potential team fight here finally. Just a lot of posturing before the dragon fight here, so Samira now on 4 items, so she is at least one of the threats for Grubby Gladiators here. Lilia's on 3 items, and Xerath unfortunately not able to get to death cap before this next dragon fight, so won't be able to have that spike, but they are at least on some items, so they could look for a potential fight here. Malphite ult going to be stolen by the Silas, and here comes the real strength of the Silas pick. It is a level 16 Malphite ult, so Samira is going to have a rough time here. Colby Cakes, or Venomous Duck going to be walking forward here, just a lot of posturing. Has to be careful though, taking a decent amount of damage. Nice charm by the Ari here. This Malphite's getting really low, has to go in, going to miss the Malphite ultimate. Tai Tai trying to move here, but unfortunately this Skarner just going to drag him away. And Malphite going to be used onto Tai Tai here. Feoria trying to go into the backline, going to get the kill onto the Ari here, and he's just going to run away. Skarner going to run down the Xerath here, and unfortunately, Malphite just went a bit too far up, got poked out, and had to go for a last-ditch effort. Ultimate to try and find any engage, misses it, and just no fight set up here. And that might be all she wrote. Big minion wave with the Baron buff. 7 seconds on the Malphite, who doesn't have ultimate yet. Skarner gonna go in. Malphite gonna try and flash after Lexi. Ultimate gonna be used by the Skarner here to just drag the Amumu away, but doesn't have the ultimate available. Tai just going for a last-ditch effort, but unfortunately the Skarner just kind of cucks her too hard, and that's gonna be it. 30-18 in favor of BOMBOGYATT. Oh, 30-19. Lexi just decided to run it down for fun. Let's rewatch that, by the way, because why not? Let's see what happens here. Oh, really low HP. Don't want to walk. Oh, no. Where are you going? Bonk. That's going to be at 30-19 for BOMBOGYATT. Worth? Debatable. All right, for the stats team, this is going to be the after-game screenshot. Here's the damage chart for everything. And I don't think anything else, maybe like vision score or something, I think we keep track of. Ooh. So that was game 1. We are going to be jumping into game 2 here, so BOMBOGYATT was red side for the first game. They are now going to be blue side for game number 2. Grubby Gladiators are going to be on the red side. So blue side opens up with a Jin ban. Once again, just taking that away from Tai. They respond back with a Yone ban once again. We respond with the Ashe ban out. They respond with, I believe it's Zeri and Volibear. Zeri, Volibear. Alright, and the final ban is going to be the Urgot. So blue side's going to open up with a Caitlyn B1. In response, the bot lane for Grubby Gladiators is going to, I believe, swoop up. I believe they do Lucian. Is it Lucian? Did they respond to Lucian on me? I believe they did Lucian on me 1-2. In response, the BOMBOGYATT's going to respond with a Jax pickup as well as the Lux here for the mid lane. Or not for the mid lane. We're going to have the Kate Lux bot lane. And the final pick here is going to be the Zac. So this is the 1, 2, 3. Second round phase of bans. The mid lane is going to be targeted. One of the Vex is going to be banned away. In response, the Galio will be taken away from Hardy in the mid lane. Final ban for Grubby Gladiators is going to be the Rek'Sai. And the final ban for the Grubby Gladiators... Wait, no, that's backwards. Is it backwards? No. It was right. The final ban is going to be the Skarner, so you're going to be taking that away. The Grubby Gladiators are then going to open up with the Corki here on 4. Is it Corki or is it Poppy? I believe it's no. I believe they saved Poppy for last. Or Corki for last, so they're going to respond with the Poppy. The final 2 picks for the BOMBOGYATT's going to be Annie, and the final pick's going to be the Fiora for the top lane. I had it backwards. I remember. They responded with a Poppy in response to my Fiora. So this is what the ban phases look like for Each team, BOMBOGYATT is on the left side for blue side, Grubby Gladiators on the right. It's going to be Lucian Nami bot lane versus Kate Lux, Jax jungle versus the Zac, Annie versus Corki in the mid lane, and the top lane is going to be Fiora versus the Poppy. Oh wow, it's already in order. Bet.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Alright, but while we're on it, we got the best skin in the game. We got Nacho Cheese Zac here. You got the little candy variant, so it's going to be a sweet nacho Zac. You got your little studs here. You got little sprinkles for the shoulders. What is that hat? It's just a hat, I'm assuming. Okay, the nice nacho cheese, yeah. Bro really is a snack. Nice little sprinkles on him.
Minions have spawned.
Yeah, it's just seeing a standard 5-point setup here for each team. Could have been us for real. Nope. Nobody on our team plays Zac, so we will never have to have Nacho Cheese Zac on our team. Jack's going to be starting leashless, so allows the bot lane to get early shove here, versus the Zac who's going to be starting onto the top side, or the bot side of the map. Some quick trading here in the top lane, just going to be playing slow, going to be taking those free grasp stacks. Let's see, we got cleanse on the side of Tai, as he should. He is a smart man. Nice cleanse, I like it. Playing into Jax, Annie, and Lux, it's very rough to not have your cleanse on hand. And we are cleanse gamers here at the MF Rec League, so if you ever can, take cleanse. Quick trading here for Hardy in the mid lane, doing a nice job. Going to get the first strike and a pretty decent trade onto the Annie here. K-Lux having a pretty decent time here in the early game. Tai already down to about half health, and some of the rough parts for Lucian Nami is that it's not a very fun time. Ooh, Zac already going for a gank here into the bot lane. Going to be jumping onto the Caitlyn here. Trying to find a return kill. And ooh, Colby Cake's just going to be dodging out. Unfortunately, Lexi going to miss the E onto the Nami there. So she will be able to get the wave, but will be forced. P-Rob's flash will be forced out here early by the Zac. So a pretty abusable summoner spell down. Some quick trading for the Fiora here. Rather large CS lead already starting to build up here. They do have a large minion wave stacked up, so we'll be able to find that. Lucian going to dash in. Tai's cleanse going to be forced to use. A really good route coming out of the Lux here. Just getting a bit too hyphy here is the Lucian trying to push his lead. And one thing different, he's actually opting to go for the PTA, so typically Lucians like to go first strike because of the short trade pattern, but into the Caitlyn, who can very easily poke it off, opting to go for the more lane-oriented rune in the PTA. Fiora just going to take a nice cheater recall here in the top lane, going to pick up a cull. Ooh, tough trading for Venomous Duck here. W going to be used, or post going to be used to slow down. Duck here is going to be forced to flash away, fighting inside the minion wave. Doesn't matter. Won't be able to get that wave crash in time, unfortunately, as the Fiora will return, so rather rough lane state. Definitely needs your Zac up here, but it looks like he's just going to take a reset. Jackson across here from the mid lane, going to finally finish his full clear, going to grab the top scuttle, move down to grab the bot scuttle here. Don't look mid. I got you, brother. Some decent trading here for the Fiora here into the top lane. Doing a decent job, taking a lot of minion damage though, but with the cookies and the refill pot, we'll just take a nice trade. And everybody wondering why I'm trading there, the reason I am is because I still have TP, so my HP is a resource I can use up. Because I could just TP back to the wave, and it's going to force out the Poppy out of lane on a bad reset timer. Hardy going to be jumping in here, just trying to get a nice trade pattern. Just trying to get some first strike gold. Eve here in the mid lane is going to hit 6 first. Same time as Hardy though, but just going to look to try and crash the wave. Zac is charging up a potential jump here, but not going to go for anything. Ultimate going to be used by Eve here in the mid lane. Just going to slowly try and chase him down. Flash going to be used by Hardy. So, going to be able to escape that gank as... At least able to escape the gank. Not going to give over a kill here. Still has TP to get back to lane, so just going to use that. The Annie is going to use the Tibbers to just shove the wave and probably look to take her reset as well. Doing a decent job, up 15 CS. Fiora just going to slowly take this turret plate away from the Poppy as the giant wave stacked up. While that's going on, the Jax is going to stir up the Void Grubs here. Excuse me. Gonna look to secure those for the Fiora. Fiora with Void Grubs is a very dangerous threat. And the third one already grabbed here, so only needs one more before the little Voidling starts spawning. That was a bullshit vital. Fiora looking for a potential gank here in the top lane. Gonna stand up with the pool, but not going to look for anything. Just going to let it time out. Oops, stunning going to be connected here onto the mid lane. Hardy going to get found by the root from the Lux. Exhaust going to be used to consume it, and flashing forward is the Annie here. Going to find the first blood here in the mid lane. Nice roam timer by the support. Going to come up here and going to get the first kill for their mid laner. That's a rough time for Hardy in the mid lane, because I believe his wave is, pushing out. So if they freeze this wave, it is a rough time. Blame bot lane. Where's my missing pings? Another turret plate going over here, and unfortunately, it's just how the matchup goes. If the Fiora is allowed to stack wave, you can just kind of stand there and just hit the turret plate for free, especially with the Void Grubs now. Stun going to be used by the Annie. Hardy's trying to go forward, trying to get a decent trade. Going to get stun blocked a little bit by the minions. Oof. Ultimate going to come back up for the Annie here in the mid lane, and unfortunately, the Corki just went a bit too far forward. Going to get traded off of that. So Annie's starting to get a pretty decent lead here in the mid lane. Zac looking for a potential gank here in the bot lane. Going to charge up the jump. Going to jump in onto the Lux here. Ultimate going to be used by the Zac. Lux going to try and flash out of here, but unfortunately this is going to be a kill going over to the Lucian. Heal going to be burnt by the Nami at least though, because of the Caitlyn ultimate coming out. So 1 for 0 in favor of the Grubby Gladiators. Going to finally be able to relieve some of the pressure that the Kate Lux is going to be able to put onto a Lucian here. Heal going to be used by P-Rob to at least keep him alive, but Tai losing a lot of HP. Jax is looking for a gank here in the bot lane, trying to find one of the bot laners caught out here. Corki trying to find something, but sees the Jax is here and might be a little bit out of position. Oh no. I completely forgot about this death. Oof. That is a feels bad moment. Tried to find the Caitlyn caught out here, but unfortunately the Jax just sitting in the shadows trying to find a gank into the bot lane. Quick trading for the Fiora here in the top lane. Poppy taking a decent amount of damage, but nothing to be found of it. Demolish proc going to be picked up here once again. This is going to be third tower plate going over to the Fiora here. Starting to get a decent sizable lead. Hasn't gotten a kill, but is still up 1,300 gold just because of the CS lead, the cull, and the turret plate. So she is slowly getting a lead here. It's going to be a bit rough if she doesn't get shut down here early. Void Grub's going to be started up here by the Jax, and this is going to be really rough. Like I was saying earlier, Fiora, if she's able to get 6 Void Grubs, is a very dangerous threat in the side lane later on. Ultimate going to be used by the Lux here, trying to get some return damage onto Lucian. He's going to be able to sidestep it. Nami, ultimate, going to come out here just try and disengage in case anything comes out of it. Exhaust going to be used, as well as the cleanse to take out the root here. Nami going to be forced to take that ultimate. And it's going to be exhaust for cleanse trade and both ultimates used by the bot lanes. Annie looking for something here. Going to find... Oh, no. Ooh, jeez. Another solo kill going over the Annie, who's already on the Malignance purchase. It is a rough time for the Corki here in the mid lane. Yeah, it's kind of just how it goes, unfortunately, if the Annie's able to get a decent lead. Ultimate going to be traded here by both top laners here to just disrupt the Fiora from getting the solo kill. Oof, jeez, that Lux damage. 1E just did like a fifth of the Nami's health. Ult gonna be traded here. Colby gonna use the W's to heal up, but that's still ultimate gonna be used. Nami's now very low HP. Jack's gonna catch out the Nami. Ultimate gonna be used and the heal, but I think the Jax is fast enough with the free boots as well as the Annie gonna flash. Jesus Christ. It's a rough time here in the mid lane. Unfortunately, this Annie is just very strong at this point in the game. Just kind of ults the Corki on repeat, and there's not much he can do. Ooh, Lucian gonna be able to survive the ultimate from the Caitlyn, though, at least. With the Zac jumping in, gonna flash forward, and Tai gonna be able to pick up 2 kills here, so... That is at least the saving grace, though, but the rest of the map is kind of burning at the moment, unfortunately. TP going to be used by the Fiora here. Tries to jump in, but unfortunately the Dragon will be secured by the Jax. Good bubble by the Nami to at least find the CC onto the Fiora, but just too much of a cooldown at the moment. Ultimate going to be popped by the Fiora, and they are just going to tower dive this Nami. Unfortunately, it's a full item level 11 Fiora, so she does a lot of damage at the moment. I also want to say, Lexi didn't fist bump up us there. She is fake as fuck. She thinks she's better than us or something. Corki going to be caught out here once again, unfortunately. Going to be able to dodge the anti-stun with the W, though, but Flash is going to be consumed to get away, and it's just not a fun time for the Corki here in the mid lane. Hardy, next time if you play this matchup, pros and pro play typically like to rush Hexdrinker on Corki, especially into champs like Azir, Annie, who can just kind of burst him down and one-shot him. So it's usually a pretty decent item. It's also not too bad because the Lux and the Jax do a lot of magic damage. So it's something you could just look to do next time. Bot lane, unfortunately, of Grubby Gladiator just going to overextend here in the bot lane. Doesn't look. Do they have any vision? They saw it. Well, they saw it way too late, unfortunately. Tai will execute at least, but Nami will be going over to a kill here. So in the 15-minute mark, it's almost an 8k gold lead for BOMBOGYATT. It is looking a bit rough. Fortunately, the bot lane's even, but the rest of the map is just struggling a bit too much. Zach looking for a potential gank here onto the Caitlyn. Gonna find the E connection. Gonna try and use the ultimate. Ultimate gonna be used by the Lux, trying to peel backwards, but this Zach is just being a nuisance. Corki will be able to pick up at least one of the kills here, so he is gonna get some gold into his pocket. It's just a Poppy. She's just gonna be able to get away. The Jax is trying to run her down, but with the root coming out, though, Annie is finally here. Stun's going to be connecting, and the ultimate's going to be used. Looks like Poppy just got caught out, unfortunately. Zach, once again, trying to jump in onto someone. Going to jump in onto the Annie here. Riptail going to be secured here for BOMBOGYATT. Jack's just going to pick that up. Just taking kind of all the objectives for free because there isn't really much contest, unfortunately. The bot lane's getting shoved in, top's getting shoved in, mid's getting shoved in. It is just a rough time. Bot tier 2 going to be picked up here for the Fiora, and this is the struggle of 6 Void Grub Fiora. Can just kind of take whatever she wants. So as you're going to the Triforce second here, she just hits the turret a few times, and it's rough. It's a rough showing. Annie going to be set up here in the top lane. Going to have a ward, though, to spot out the Zach coming up. Got Dragon spawning in 35 minutes, so they need to try and look for something. Trying to get some poke damage, but not going to find anything. Tai going to jump in forward. Jack's going to be flashing afterwards. Fiora going to be coming out of base. Ultimate going to be used, and yeah. Tai tried to find something. Thought he caught P-Rob out, but unfortunately the rest of the team was there to cover him, so it is rough. Thought he had something, but it just, yeah, just not a fun time for the solution. Third dragon going to be spawning. Fiora's going to be taking the mid turret while all that's going on. It's probably going to be soul point secured here. Jack's potentially looking for something. Ultimate going to be used by the Lux just to get some poke damage, but Not gonna find anything. Got Baron spawning in 15 seconds, so next potential objective for both teams here. Corki having to mash the Fiora here in the top lane doesn't feel good. Just gonna be shoving in. The Fiora's just gonna move down. A lot of pings towards the bot lane. Looks like they want to protect it. Rift Herald gonna be summoned here by the Jax in the top lane. Johnny is no longer a drunk driver. We'll be able to at least get the crash here onto the top turret. Oh god, brother. Huh? Wait a minute. That's what you did? That's what I had to TP to save your ass? This is what you did? Oh nah. Oh nah. Boy, what the hell? Okay, Jack's gonna get caught out here. TP gonna be used by the Fiora. They are trying to burst down the Jax. Flash gonna be forced out of the Corki here. Trying to buy some time. Fiora's gonna flash forward. Gonna use the riposte to watch out for this pullback from the Zac. Bot lane and mid lane finally coming up here for BOMBOGYATT. And it's gonna be a 3-for-1 trade in favor of BOMBOGYATT. I didn't ask for help. I accepted my death. Too bad, but she got help. But you are gonna get a fucking DUI because goddamn, bro, you crashed twice today. With the mid, top, and jungle for Grubby Gladiators dead here, BOMBOGYATT's gonna look to turn their eyes onto the Baron here at 21 minutes. Going to be Baron going over to BOMBOGYATT here. It's currently a 12k gold lead at 22 minutes, so this game is looking rough. Both bot lanes just kind of vibing, they're kind of even, but the rest of the map is just... it's not fun, especially if you're the Lucian here. Fiora doing Fiora things here in the top lane. Just going to be able to grab the top tier too. Poppy potentially caught out here. Is going to be forced to flash away. Ultimate going to be charged up here and going to knock the Jax away, but trying to get some damage, but unfortunately this is a pretty decently tanky Poppy. Flash shield going to be used by P-Rob to escape. Johnny jumping back in. Fiora trying to jump in onto the back line, but not going to find anything. That's going to be a 4-for-1. Only the support dying for BOMBOGYATT, and that might be it. Flashing in onto the Corki here underneath his tier, just his Nexus turret, and that's going to be all she wrote. 20-6 for BOMBOGYATT. All right, just gonna get the post-game lobby. Just gonna see it. This is the stats for the stats team. Not my runes. These are the total damage charts. And I think the only one that is vision score. So yeah, that's gonna be all from us tonight. So once again, thank you everybody. Thank you for being patient. They apologize for not being able to do 4 back-to-back-to-back games. It is a decent bit of a struggle to get everything scheduled, find the casters, make sure everyone's here in time. But we were able to at least get 3 games played. The final series between Boston Tea Party and Exodia was canceled. It will be rescheduled. So yeah, check us out then. I believe we have a game already scheduled for tomorrow. Let me check. Let's see. Game announcements. Um, we have a game Wednesday at 7:30 between Unwise Behavior and Boston Tea Party. We have BOMBOGYATT versus In Memory of Paul Wednesday at 9, so we do have a doubleheader then. Tomorrow night, we will have Grubby Gladiators versus In Memory of Paul at 9 p.m. So that is going to be the next game. You guys can check us out then. And then, of course, the match between Exodia and Boston Tea Party will be announced probably sometime this week, looking to get rescheduled. So that's going to be all from us tonight. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by,